Hello, I'm Benson and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a projector, and this time it's going to be slightly different. So I bought something on eBay, which is for spare and repair, so there's no return. And I spent £80 on it, so $80, £80, something around that mark. Now this could be one of the best second-hand things that I have bought on eBay, or could be a total failure. So I haven't even thought about a title for this video yet. Obviously you click on it, so I might have decided a title for it later on. But this time I'm just going to open the box and show you guys what I bought. The seller, I did ask him a couple of questions about the projector itself. So basically they listed it as for part or spare because there is an overheating issue. At first on the listing there is no pictures of the machine working, so I sent a couple of messages to the seller and say, well, can you explain to me what happened? He said that the projector does turn on, it overheats. The reason why the seller thing is overheating is because obviously the temperature light is on, and after an hour or so, they switch itself off. Now, obviously these kind of things you take it a pinch of salt because it's just a random eBay seller. So I asked them to take a few more pictures with his switch on and all that, so he obliged. And at the end I decided, you know what, let's do it. It will be an interesting project to show on YouTube for you guys. And I do like the technology behind this particular projector. It's a very old projector, and at that time it was state of the art. But now in 2025, would it still be good enough? Let's find out. Now with anything secondhand I bought, I always like, be a bit dubious about the owner. I'm going to give it a thorough cleaning before I'm going to even attempt to fix this. This projector is the Casio XJ-UT310WN, and it's a short flow projector. So this is one of the technology I never tried before. Basically, you don't need a lot of distance between this and the wall. I have always wanted to replace my telly here, but I never managed to open my wallet and buy something new. I thought maybe try a different projector. I have loads of cheap projector, but it won't work in this situation because my studio light is so strong. Most of the cheap projector just won't work in the daylight. Overall, it looks like a good condition. First thing I noticed is that the void sticker is already gone. So someone already opened this and had a look. Maybe they failed to fix it, but it still looks pretty dirty inside. So, it might be just a matter of cleaning, but we don't know. So I'm going to give it a thorough clean before I'm going to attempt to fix this. Welcome back, it's time again. Okay, so just give the case a bit of a wipe down. I am going to do a thorough cleaning if I can get this working. If not, then I'll probably just strip it and sell it for parts, etc. Let's switch it on and see if it's actually turned on, because if it is a brick, then there's a different type of repair video that we're going to do today. Now, I never had one of these before, so I'm not sure what to expect. Alright, so power on standby, the temperature light and the light button is off. Okay, this is a makeshift testing platform. So I got a white piece of styrofoam on my telly here. And this is a short pro projector, so you can see how close it can be to the screen. So it's not a complete dud. It does work, but how well does it work? Does it work for more than an hour? That's the things to see. But more importantly, I do want to open it up. I'm very interested in the technology behind this projector. It's not going to be a 4K or anything like that. In fact, the thing is just below 1080p. That should be fun to fiddle with. According to the information on the menu system, so this projector has been operating for 7,657 hours. So with the hybrid laser technology at 7,000 hours or even 8,000 hours, it's just gone beyond the manufacturer warranty period. The lamp in there is supposed to last the lifetime of the projector. Obviously, I'm the person now who's trying to give it a second life. Apparently, it can go up to like 20,000 hours. So, this has done less than half of what the light bulbs can do. Okay, so we have now picture on the screen. It does work. Oh my God. The power standby is on, the lights is on green. The temperature is off though, so there is no overheating problem at the moment. And there is so much setting to play with here. So because now it's working on my computer right here, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up and do the general maintenance, so basically some cleaning and such. Now when I bid on this product, I was thinking that if the fan doesn't work, then I'm going to upgrade the fan, have some external ducting because I don't like the fan noise above my head right here. But since this is working right now, so let me open it up and have a look and see what is inside, and then we decide what to do from then. Now, since I was very young, like the age of 6 or 7, I start taking things apart, and I haven't stopped doing that since. This is something that I enjoy doing, and this is something that, you know, I don't think I would ever stop. So if I'm looking at this, you got a couple of screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these, or 10 in the middle, or 11. So there's quite a lot of screws to. Now I don't know why they use that kind of screw, but probably Casio don't want you to get into the projector. So luckily I have a lot of these bits, and the one I actually needed is a triangular shape screwdriver head. So luckily enough, I have one that actually works. I think at the time of new, when they launched this in one of the expo, I think this thing cost about $2,000 or something like that, and they were targeted for classrooms, education department, because they are the one who have money for this kind of thing, and they don't like to dim the room too much to use the projector. Like in the school environment, you still want to be able for the kids to write notes as such, or in a conference room where you are presenting some data, but you don't want to dim the room until you can't see the boardroom. So this is quite a unique product at that time. And this is at the time where mercury bulbs are the mainstream, and you have to replace them every 1,000 hours or something like that, which is quite costly. So they come up with this idea of LED and laser combined. LED has been around for some time now, but even at that time, the technology wasn't that great. So they use some clever physics. So they use a laser to create the green and blue light. And then I believe they have a red LED for the red lights. And by combining those three digitally, then they create an image on your screen.
Welcome back, it's time again to test a projector, let's begin.
So this is the inside of a Casio short throw projector. Your controller board right there. You got your lens reflector underneath this. You got the actual lamp, which is right here, and you got all the cooling components, which is right here. So you got heatsink fan, a smaller fan, and you can see over the years, the 7,000 hours of the life of this projector have accumulated all that dust. So it could potentially be a very easy fix. I just need to clear out all the dust carefully. The optics and the lens system should be an enclosed one. That means that they should be dust free, and I shouldn't be able to destroy it in any way. What I will do is I'll gently use a vacuum and brush to get rid of all the dust right here, and then do an air blow on all the components to make sure it's dust free. No wonder this seller complained about overheating. This is disgusting. Ugh. Now there's enough fan right here which is very difficult to get to, and I don't think I can unless I open up the casing right here. It doesn't look that hard to get to, but what I won't risk it is I don't want to break anything. So what I will do is I will take it outside and use my air blaster to blast it. Hopefully it doesn't give me any dust in the optics.
Welcome back, it's time again to test a projector, let's begin. Big screen dream.
Okay, so I've cleaned off all the dust. Now I'm just going to reverse and put everything back. Like the fan and everything else.
True 4K or just pretend, let's zoom in close, see where it ends. Is it any...
So the projector is on the floor right now, and it's playing off my computer HDMI feed, and I have muted the volume so far so you guys can hear what I'm saying. So yeah, so I still have the bright LED cloud on the top left corner. I can switch it off later on so have a proper test. But I want to leave it on because this is how I usually watch a movie on my screen, well, on my wall right here. I do like to have a bit of an ambient light so I can see where the popcorns are. So you can see the distance from the floor to the projector is only about 1 meter away. And for comparison, if I move back a little bit, so this little projector is will give you a slightly smaller screen than that, but see how far that is. And this is on, I think, eco mode at the moment, so it saves power, it doesn't give you full brightness, and also the fan is not on crazy loud as well. So if I get rid of the menu system, you can see. Now if I come a bit closer, now this is not 1080p, so this is a bit less than 1080p. But in terms of clarity, it's fine. On a big screen like that, you're not going to go close up to it anyway. But if you do close up to it, so you can see so the sharpness of it, or softness to it. Now, like I say, this is not a top of the range projector in 2025, but for 80 quid, and I managed to save it from going to the landfill. And sellers say that it will get overheat, but I cleaned it and I have been using it for the last 20-30 minutes and still there's no problem. Now in terms of the fan noise, this is something that I will work on as a DIY person, because when the light is off, you don't need to have it on full brightness. Now, but if I turn on the lights, if I show you guys what it looks like with the lights on. Now when the lights turn on, you can see everything is a bit washed out, but it is still quite usable. But when I say bright, I don't mean a dim lit room. But I have a bright light on top right there. My studio light is all on. As you can see, this is as bright as you can get. And you can still use the screen as a computer screen. This is on eco mode, so if I turn off the eco mode and give it a full power and see if it will improve the image during the daytime. So eco mode is on auto at the moment on 3 green leaves. If I turn it off, so now it's brighter, but at the same time I'm sure my mic will pick up on the fan noise as well. On a quiet room, you will hear a constant humming noise. My project is to change this into a silent projector. That means that changing the air duct, the airflow, and changing the fan. But that will be the next video. So at the moment volume is 0. Let's turn it up. The one I actually like is the one with the proper eyes, not the one which is kind of a line jaw on. Not in the aesthetic point of view, but if you're paying so much money, I do prefer to pay for something more substantial.
Copilot, help me tailor my pitch to a more casual tech client.
So this is 15, 16.
Alright, so we try the first saw.
25.
A jigsaw.
Now in terms of sound quality, I won't go beyond 15 to be honest with you.
Just so that any mosquito fan out there start to scream.
And it's a mono speaker, so you know it's not going to be theater quality. So is I will connect this to my hi-fi system instead of using the built-in. The built-in is very good for presentation and stuff like that.
This one seems a bit deep.
But for watching movies, I won't use that. Okay, so now all the lights is off. And this is on the normal mode, so it's not on eco mode anymore. And this is the kind of quality that you get. Now for me, I do think there is a bit of dust problem inside the mirror, but this is a sealed unit, so I don't want to open it to clean the mirror right here. I do think this is quite a good value for money. For £80, can you beat this?
So they just say 17 centimeter though. 17 centimeters is...
I do think this is really, really good. The remote control is pretty dumb, and every time you press the button, it kind of gets caught. But once you set it up, you shouldn't really need to use the thing anymore. In terms of focusing and screen size, I forgot to mention. So focus, this is to the max already. So anything else will be like a bit blur. And that's because this is actually the biggest screen that I can get it with the focusing correct. So this is a physical limit on the projection size. In terms of the size-wise, I'm sure this is about 100 inch. And in terms of diagonally, this is showing at 120 inch. So guys, 120 inch diagonal screen. Okay, so remember the screen, guys. I'm going to do a side-by-side with another projector. And this projector here is a very budget £100 Amazon LED projector. And this is the result from the £100 LED projector. Now the color is a lot sharper, I have to say. The 1080p does make a difference in terms of native 1080p. But since you got it anyway, I thought you guys might want to see it. So let's go through clothing first. So this one is about £15 from Amazon. In terms of the projector, this is the projector right here, which is a very good one, I have to say. And the distance from the wall is that far. 17 centimeter dome. 17 centimeters is basically the length of the door. So they will say something like fashion 3 sets neat 17 centimeters door clothes and outfit. On the packet they say eBuddy. Now for my Casio projector, I have two uses for it. One is I want to use it as my TV output on my bench right there. So it will be mounted on the ceiling, very close to the wall. But I also want to use it like occasionally as a projector to watch movie and stuff like that. So in this kind of a scenario, what I will need to do is I need to find out how close it can be to the wall or how small the screen is. Okay, so here is the screen size in comparison to what we had before. So this is kind of very, very close to the wall, almost immediate to my skirting board right there. And the video becomes super bright. And the resolution improves so much as well. So to be honest with you, if you're at home and you don't have a lot of space and you want a screen which is nice to watch telly on, this is fantastic for 80 quid.
From Hong Kong to London, he's chasing his
So thank you very much for watching my video. If you found my information useful, don't forget to share, like and subscribe to my channel to help me grow. Thank you very much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets. Bye bye.
2 kids by his side, a family so tight, a loving wife who's his beacon of light. In a world so fierce, he's carving his place. With passion and heart, he's setting the pace. Benson's on a mission, rising to the top. Building his channel, he'll never stop. Tech reviews and